I was just out here, taking a piss. It's about 2 in the morning, and it hit me. The realization just suddenly popped into my fucking skull that never before in cinema history that I can really think of, or in the history of books, there's a word for that, and can't really remember what that was. It's pretty late. I don't remember there ever being a time in any of those circumstances where a fox was shown to be anything other than a treacherous, manipulative cunt. Sly, etc. Is that really a good thing? Is that something to venerate? I don't know. Is that something to believe that you truly are? Right? I don't think so. Maybe foxes have that reputation for a reason. It could be the case. It's possible. And, well, it definitely applies here today. So as you can tell by the shave between takes, I'm not very excited to make this video. I wasn't interested in making this video, and quite frankly, in no way, shape, or form did I want to make this video. However, despite what I want, despite what I feel like I should or shouldn't do, it doesn't fucking matter, because the truth is, it's important to make this video. It's necessary. And the reason I consider this video so necessary to make is because ever since Lio Convoy's video had dropped on the 16th, Kaz Warfox has done absolutely nothing but continue to give weight to completely baseless accusations. He has done so with lying. He has done so by simply throwing me under the bus or throwing me to the wolves, as they put it. Basically, just straight up stabbing me in the back. The fact is, at the end of the day, is that I'm going to demonstrate to you here and now how there is far more to this than me simply being banned from a fucking server, as many of you morons had stated way back in August, after I had made my Coyote video. Oh, you're just mad because you were kicked out of a furry server, which made no sense, okay? That video was 4 days, maybe 5, after I was banned from Kaz's server at the time, and on top of that, more importantly than that, I was talking about Coyote, not Kaz. So if I was mad at Kaz and was making the video because I was mad at Kaz, then why the fuck would I make the video about Coyote? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And it certainly doesn't make any sense to say now, like what this fucking idiot is saying.
For somebody who apparently does not give a fuck about the internet, does not give a fuck about Discord servers, he's really butthurt that I gay baby jailed him. Like, he's actually butthurt.
I think he'd be more mad at Cass.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, are you kidding me? Like, seriously. Especially since this guy afterwards is trying to say it was some kind of conspiracy. Like, that was at all what I was fucking saying.
So his story is that he thinks that I am in a giant collusion with Cass in the Senate. He thinks there's a conspiracy, because of course there is.
And yes, by the way, that's a dude. I don't know why the dude sounds like a chick. It could be a chick trying to be a dude. I don't fucking know what's going on there. But regardless, that person was a mod in Kaz's server. That person put me in gay baby jail, which is basically the server's equivalent to a jail room or a timeout room, like for children. And then, on top of that, he left. He left as soon as he did it, like a fucking coward. It is a little strange because Kaz says exactly the same thing, that he himself put me in gay baby jail.
I did gay baby jail Vlad.
But which is it? Which one? One says he did it, the other said he did it. Which one? Well, the answer is both. Because you see, Kaz gave him permission to do that.
From what I heard, it sounded as if Cass gave you the go-ahead to gay baby jail him. And then
Correct.
when you left, and then the mods were upset that Vlad was in gay baby jail, so they undid it, and then Cass went out of his way to fucking kick him, or ban him, or whatever the fuck. So...
Yes, so I can tell you exactly what happened. Cass joins my server's VC. We talk for a little bit, and I just ask him, you know what, fine, just because it's so fucking ridiculous, Cass, may I gay baby jail or ban Vlad? And to quote him, it's your call. Which I'm pretty sure we can translate it's your call in English as do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave baby gel.
So effectively, that mod was the gun and Kaz just simply pulled the trigger. So why did he do that? You might be asking. Was he just completely shocked and blown away that I had X amount of brontobytes of bestiality porn on my hard drive? No. I mean, he might say that.
Do I know Vlad for years? Yeah. Have I ever seen him pull half the shit he's been doing recently in time? No. Throughout those years. It was just fucking weird.
Yeah, but it's not true. It's not true at all. But it doesn't matter because ultimately I was removed from Gay Baby Jail. Okay? I was completely removed. Yeah, a mod, the Gallagher, had decided to remove me from Gay Baby Jail and all that stuff. In fact, Kaz says it himself here.
Because the only thing I did was I watched the video as it was premiered for a bit, and then I kind of just had to deal with stuff in the background, so I wasn't really there for most of it. Only for one of my mods to like break the rules by not talking to me, giving Vlad his roles back.
But wait, that doesn't really make any sense. A mod cannot give mod status at his own level or above, right? That doesn't work. So really, all Gallagher did was remove me from Gay Baby Jail. So you might be wondering, what rules did the Gallagher break exactly? Well, according to Kaz, there was no vote or discussion on whether or not I should be removed from Gay Baby Jail. Now, I want to make this very clear. In the time I was a mod in that server, which I don't even know how many months that was, but there was absolutely, and I mean absolutely zero voting to speak of at all, period. None. There was no voting. So I don't know what he's talking about. In fact, there was a time that a rogue mod, Pizza, had decided to put another mod in Gay Baby Jail and then ultimately removed that mod from Gay Baby Jail. Nobody complained to Pizza, oh, we should have had a vote. Even though you're being a rogue mod right now, we should have a vote on whether or not that mod is removed from Gay Baby Jail. No, that never happened. That doesn't make any sense. It almost seems like that the only time that there's ever a requirement to vote because of the actions of a rogue mod, that it's me. Why is it that when I'm put in Gay Baby Jail and somebody wants to remove me from it, that there all of a sudden needs to be a vote, when never before was that ever a thing? Fucking ever. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Ultimately, it didn't matter. Because the Gallagher did put it up to a vote, of course, after I was removed from Gay Baby Jail, and the results of that, of course, were unanimous. And unanimous in what direction, you might be asking? Well, they unanimously agreed that I shouldn't be in Gay Baby Jail. All the mods. So Kaz responds in the most logical way possible. He bans me immediately. Claiming, of course, that everybody was complaining at him for having me removed from Gay Baby. Nobody was complaining at him.
More Spurgatory happened, and people blamed me for it, and I got so angry and annoyed about everything that I just banned the dude.
Nobody fucking cared. The majority of people at that time either didn't know what was going on, or didn't care at all about any of the shit that Lio Man said. Why would you ban me, Kaz? Well, he says that it's because of some IRL shit.
There was a reason why I banned him. It had nothing to do with the stuff at the time because, and I've said again another point from recent videos that got ignored. I had a sort of like IRL moment happen out of nowhere that wasn't planned at all.
Mm-hmm.
I get to watch something important in my life just fucking die in front of me.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, you know what? I don't give a shit. I don't care that your fucking dog died. I hope it suffered, okay? I don't give a fuck. Fuck your dog. The truth is you're using that as a fucking excuse, and that's disgusting, all right? Even if it's true that you had to put your dog down, that is no fucking excuse. If Coyote Lovely, for example, had said, no, I can't join that stream because I gotta put my dog down and I'm emotionally distraught right now, you would tell him to go fuck himself. You would never, at any point, ever give him the same good faith you're expecting from everybody else. That is a double standard, and I am not going to allow you to wiggle the fuck out of it because of it. Fuck your dog, fuck your pity, and fuck you. And so ultimately, the reason I'm so mad about that, by the way, is because there's so many people sucking his dick over his fucking dead dog. That is a terrible excuse. That is fucking retarded. If your fucking dog is dead and it's making you so distraught, log the fuck off the fucking internet. You shouldn't even be on the fucking internet. And you sure as fuck shouldn't be making any administrative decisions, and you fucking know that. And it's kind of disgusting that all those people in your fucking server, whom would say exactly what I'm saying right now, are right now reacting emotionally to what I'm saying. Are right now saying that I'm going too far in their head. Are right now already coming up with excuses for your existence and why you did what you did, despite the fact you and none of them would ever use that same standard for anyone else. That is absolutely insane. Coyote Lovely wanted to spend time with his family, and you told him, actually you all told him, fuck that, fuck your family, and that you should be on the stream. Now granted, he was playing League of Legends, but you know, even if he was telling the truth about spending time with his family, you still would have said exactly the same thing, and don't say otherwise, that would be a lie. But that's okay, because the next day he apologized and he unbanned me. Right? All water under the bridge. Well, no, of course not. The reason why it's not water under the bridge is because, number one, he never messaged me that apology. Okay? If it weren't for the fact that there were a couple people in that admin room that came up to me and told me he wanted to talk to me and that I was unbanned, right? If it weren't for those people, I would have never seen that apology. He never DM'd me. He DM'd Bear Dog, a former mod that left as soon as I was banned. I guess you could call that an apology, I suppose. But ultimately, I never got an actual apology. And him saying what he said was meaningless because he didn't message me with it. In fact, he seems like he was too big of a coward to do so, right? Like, it's insane to me. Like, why the fuck wouldn't you message me if you really did want to apologize? But clearly you didn't. Clearly, the reality is that you just got caught and you were upset by this. And really, that apology didn't mean anything anymore because 4 days later, you blamed Gallagher for everything. You blamed Gallagher for removing me out of gay baby jail for your actions that followed, and then blamed your allegedly dead dog. All of this shit was optics. That's all it was. And I want you to understand something, okay? And this is really important. Whenever Lio Man's video dropped with all these accusations, how do you think everybody reacted when they saw Kaz's actions? How do you think they're reacting now whenever you got people like Kaz coming out of nowhere just lying through his fucking teeth and saying shit like this?
It's not an optics thing. To me, it was a bit of a game of hypocrisy on my part. Because he's been trying to scream at me like, oh, you're caring about optics all of a sudden. I'm like, it's more of a hypocrisy thing. Really, it's so at the end of the day, take that for what you will.
Not optics, hypocrisy on your part. Really? What hypocrisy exactly? The fact that I was a mod and had that stuff on my hard drive and then used it? Really? That's hypocrisy on your part, and that's why I was banned. But you've said previously the reason I was banned was because of your dead dog and because of what Gallagher did. That doesn't make any sense. It couldn't have been hypocrisy, especially because you already knew that I had that shit. Here is a message from August 2022 in a DM group that I was in with him and other people, where I suggested sending bestiality porn to Coyote, and he replies with, send him scat instead. He knew exactly what I had on my computer, and to say otherwise is complete bullshit. He even suggested me doing this kind of shit because he knew that I did this kind of shit. There was no hypocrisy here. There was optics. I'm optics cancer. I know I'm optics cancer. That's fine. If you want to play the optics game, play the optics game. Don't fucking pretend like you don't care about optics like you do here, and then go back on it because of optics.
They fucked up on Coyote Lovely, and as far as I'm concerned, there's never been any real accountability for it. It's just, we don't like Coyote because he fucked up on optics. Well, who cares about optics? It's not a fucking argument of morality. It's about looking good in that sense, because that's what optics is it's a political tactic.
Like, to say that that was anything other than optics is just bullshit, okay? You're just fucking lying. And this isn't really the first time you've lied either. You lied about where I got the recording of Zerkalo from.
So let me put this in perspective. Tackle a few things I thought was incredibly disingenuous from his video. One was somehow accusing me of withholding the recording from Zerkalo, the one that Vlad posted because I guess a third party sent a link to him.
I got it from you. That's where I got it. Why are you telling anybody otherwise? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you're trying really hard to distance yourself from me, and it's pretty fucking obvious. I mean, you're trying so hard to push me away from you for the sake of optics that you even lie about giving me shit for that hard drive in the first place.
I did give him shit for whatever he was trying to do, because when I popped in to figure out, okay, who's posting what now, when I was told about it, what happened was that all that shit was, the mods were deleting the shit because it was against the rules or whatever, and I didn't see anything myself.
You didn't give me shit for it. That's not true. That's bullshit. And to go on with saying you just needed mods at the time is also bullshit.
My issue wasn't even about the Vlad stuff, because I will take the L on that for the most part. When Vlad was a mod, it was because we needed mods. And I didn't have the time or ability to vet every single person.
The whole reason you brought me into that server the second time is solely because you begged Gallagher and I to get rid of what you called blue hairs. To get rid of the SJWs from your server. Effectively, to get rid of Coyote's fucking fan base. To say otherwise is a lie. Like, you know this. Fuck, Vash was the one that fucking told me this. Vash is the one that started this whole conversation. You do all of this for optics, and you claim to be against optics. You claim you hate optics games, and yet whenever Lioman went after you, using me, and using an entire bad optics argument, which is literally what Lioman's entire video boils down to, is the bad optics of Kaz Warfox and his Fox Mafia server, you reacted in kind. You did everything you could to throw me to the wolves and to isolate yourself from me to save your own ass for optics. There is no other reason to do it. If you're against optics, you would keep your biggest defender, me, around as much as possible. If you didn't care about optics, you would utilize me, Lord Optics Cancer, to the best of your ability. But you didn't. You instead decided to distance yourself from me in favor of optics, hoping you'd come out unscathed. You're not coming out of this unscathed. I'm just going to make it even worse now. You said this in a conversation on April 15, 2023 with Pizza.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to process fucking Coyote's betrayal, you spurg?
No, you were already fucking...
No, I was not. It took me fucking weeks
What
just
do you
to
mean by
accept what I
betrayal?
did.
Exactly.
He fucking lied to everyone. I've told you this several times.
You knew that ahead of time, and I've got the receipts to prove that too.
He didn't.
Yes, he did.
At the end of the day, I wanted to be proven wrong about him as a person. I didn't even attack him. I didn't even attack him over the Vlad stuff when that initially was a thing because I didn't know what to think about it. And honestly, yeah, I had my issues with his logic. I had my issues with all of this. I've voiced them. Yeah, Vlad initially called all of this out in the first place and caused a huge shit show over this.
You're talking about Vlad's first video on Coyote?
Yeah.
So you might see where this is going already. He claims to have absolutely been blindsided by Coyote Lovely, that he didn't have a hate boner at all, and that it just came out of fucking nowhere for him. I'm sure you know exactly where this video is going now, because it's kind of fitting a sort of pattern, isn't it? You see, it starts off with him saying that it was all Gallagher's fault that I was banned, which doesn't make any sense because, well, quite frankly, all of the mods were in agreement with what Gallagher did. So why fucking ban me? That doesn't make any sense. And if Gallagher really broke the rules, why didn't you just ban Gallagher? You know, for a rule that didn't exist at all, period. But I digress. And then you threw me to the wolves by claiming that it was just that I was there because you needed mods and had absolutely no idea that I had any of that shit. Turns out that was a lie as well. You also say little shit like the Zerkalo recording just came from some magical third party and you have absolutely no idea who it was. You have no idea who gave Vlad the video, when in reality it was you. You also say shit like I had IRL stuff and had to put a dog down as reasons for me getting banned, which somehow in any way, shape, or form have anything to do with Gallagher breaking rules, and I don't get how the two at all have anything to do with each other, but, you know, whatever. You say that, an excuse you would never allow for anybody else, which is just absolutely inconsistent as all fuck, alright? But yet at the same time, everybody that heard you cry about that into oblivion were just perfectly okay to hold you to a standard that they would never hold anybody else to. Whatever, fine. You say you don't like optics, but everything you've done thus far has been for optics. So I can't imagine what the lie could be here. I can't imagine that you would be claiming that you at no point had a hate boner for Coyote as early as August 2022. Well, I hate to break it to you, dear viewer, but he absolutely had a hate boner for Coyote Lovely dating back to August 2022. In the DM group I was invited to back in August 2022, August 1st, 2022, to point of fact. The reality is that Kaz, if anything, was the start of all of this. The whole reason I even made my Coyote video in the first place was because Kaz Warfox himself, who told me to keep him anonymous, was the one that sent me the fucking Kiwi Farms thread I used as a source in the first place. This all, and I mean all of it, goes all the way to Kaz Warfox. All roads lead to him. He started all this furry drama from the very fucking start. It was all him. And he used me as the face of all of this, just so, when push came to shove, he could throw me to the wolves and wash his hands of the entire fucking thing and get away scot-free. And I'm not going to allow that to fucking happen. So yeah, you can sit there and lie through your fucking teeth, but what you're not going to do is you're not going to backstab me and then think, gee, Gilded Poo will remain quiet. He won't say a fucking word. No, that's not how it's gonna work. I said my piece. Fuck you.